Hello and welcome everyone to Samurai Warriors 4 DX. We're going to be playing through the Shimazu story, and because I'll be voicing Yoshihiro in the upcoming Warriors Orochi audio drama that's going to be on the Heroes of Chaos Studio YouTube channel, I thought it would be fun to voice the conversations and cutscenes and stuff that happen, and just do my best to do Yoshihiro's voice. But before we do that, I did notice that my chat, the side chat here, is not set up to be the live chat. It's only the top rated chat. So let me quickly, settings, graphics. Yeah, we don't want full screen, so that, there we go. And that should allow me, I think. No. Is this gonna work? Oh my god, what's... I forget the keys for, like, flipping through. Is it Control Tab or Control Alt Tab? There we go. Okay, there we go. Now I can put it back to full screen, back to 1080. There we go. And, yeah, it's also Muso-Mei. Also, hello, Legoshi, Danny Phantom, and Serene Platinum. Welcome, Serene. Glad you could make it. Been a while. Glad we could reconnect a little bit. Hope you've been doing well. And Danny, yeah, you asked for a Samurai Warriors 4 DX stream. Here you go. You're getting it. And thank you, Legoshi. I'm glad you think I'll do well as Yoshihiro. Hey, Coach. Welcome. Happy Muso-Mei to you as well. So I don't think I'm gonna spend too much time. Oh, whoops. That's not supposed to be happening. We'll go back to this view for now. I forgot to turn that off. Where is that? This is the fun part. Okay, I want, that's... You gotta love the scuff. So that should be all that I need to do. Make sure that all my windows are all good before I try this one more time. There we go. It still had the roster of faces for the Dynasty Warriors 4 Nuzlocke that I should go back to at some point, but if I'm gonna be honest, like, it didn't seem that much like a Nuzlocke, even playing on the hard difficulty, but if you guys really want me to go back, maybe I'll do that and see, but I feel like I almost have to play on very hard on 4 Extreme Legends, and maybe then it'll be worthwhile. How about the new Hyrule Warriors at the end of the year? I know, I am so fucking ready, because I also pre-ordered my Switch 2. I was very lucky that I made that last-minute decision on the day that pre-orders started, and when I went, they only had 30 more units that they could pre-order. So, like, I literally went in just the nick of time and was able to get a console. And, you know, tax returns are a thing, so that's already paid for. Don't need to think about saving money for it. That's nice. But yeah, we're gonna play through the Shimazu story, and I have started the story. Obviously haven't finished it, but we're gonna start from the very beginning. So the Battle of Mimikawa, the powerful Otomo clan from Kyushu has attacked. Repel their advance with your indomitable fighting spirit. Now, before I forget, do I have... 'cause sometimes I turn the subtitles off. Yep. Whenever I'm grabbing, like, footage of, like a cutscene or something along those lines, usually I do... Wait. Apply. There we go. Did the thing. But usually if I'm getting footage of, like, a cutscene or, like, a cinematic, I don't want the subtitles in that for the purposes of the video. I think it looks better without the subtitles if I can not have it. With Switch 2, I can still continue on Samurai Warriors 4 DX, and I need my save data. I am hoping that, like, some of the Warriors games that are exclusive to the Switch, so like Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, Fire Emblem Warriors, 3 Hopes, all of those, I'm hoping they get a bit of a boost. Because, like, honestly, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition is the only game that runs perfectly on the Switch. Fire Emblem Warriors has a performance and graphics mode, something like that, where one is running at 30 frames per second 1080p and the other is running at 60 frames per second, and it's outputting a 1080p signal, but it looks like 720 if we're gonna be honest. The battle is over. The Tachibana remain undefeated. Yes, naturally. Chesto! I do think it would be fun to also voice Toyohisa. Who are you? Toyohisa! It's a Shimazu! You're a reckless kid. To take on the Tachibana. Okay. The fucking subtitles. Yeah, this is PC. Steam only. Uncle, why did you stop me? If I had struck down the Tachibana, we could have won this battle. Even at the cost of your own life? I would gladly give my life if it meant victory. Okay. You can only give your life once. Are you sure you... this time? Stand down! Losing your helm on the battlefield is a warrior's disgrace. Yeah, the subtitles are very quick for this game. Sorin Otomo, the daimyo of Bungo, set out to conquer southern Kyushu in 1578. The Otomo army, led by the famed Jong Takahashi, rapidly advanced to the south and surrounded Taka Castle, where Ieihisa Shimazu remained. Okay. Yoshihiro, the leader of the Shimazu, set out with his younger brothers to help. However, their combined forces were vastly outnumbered by the enemy. They also faced Muneshige and Ginchio of the Tachibana, who served Chou. Despite these disadvantages, the Shimazu did not lose heart. With the odds mounted against them, Yoshihiro and Toyohisa led the Shimazu in battle against the Otomo. Even the narrator, the subtitles kind of go pretty quick, but there was like that one point where I was like, I had finished saying the English part, and I'm just like, okay, well, so moving on. Alright, I don't think I need to do much for the shop. I could melt down all of these. I don't think I'm going to care too much about that. Yeah. I don't think I need to care. Oh, no. X is the change costume, and only Toyohisa has his costume. So, I think I'll go without the helmet for this time. And hopefully it's not set up to automatically move through the conversations. Shouldn't there be a conversation that happens? I don't have in-battle tutorials, objective graphics. Everything should be good. I guess there isn't to start things off. Alright, and we're gonna try to, like, obviously level up as many characters as we can when I'm playing these games. God, this game looks so fucking gorgeous. Like, I feel like they got the colors just right. It's not too vibrant where it, like, really doesn't feel realistic enough, but at the same time, it does look vibrant enough that it feels like a video game. It feels like a Muso game. Because while Muso games are grounded enough in reality, it definitely feels more anime-y than other games that are out there. And like I said, there's going to be a audio drama retelling of the story of Warriors Orochi happening on the Heroes of Chaos YouTube channel, and I'll be voicing Yoshihiro as well as a few other characters, including the ones that I've already voiced in other Heroes of Chaos stuff. So I'm voicing one line as Zheng Fei. I also voice a couple of the Orochi soldiers as well, which is super fun. I love doing more cartoony voices. Like, there's two types of characters that I love to voice. That's villains and just out of left field cartoony voices. Like, I feel like if I were to actually become a voice actor, I could not hold myself down to, like, anime or voice or, like, video games or something like that. Have to ask Chris, are you a fan of the Yakuza series? I want to be. I've only played, I've streamed some of Zero, and Bushin Ryukat, one of the, he's been in the streams before as well, in chat, and he bought me Like a Dragon Gaiden when it came out, and I did a mini review of that back in the day when that first came out. I say back in the day, it's been like, what, a year and a half at most? Maybe 2 years? But that's all I've played. But obviously, since they go on sale like every fucking second, I have all of the games on Steam, except I have Like a Dragon Gaiden on PS5. I've been meaning to play through them, and maybe after the Why We Love Warriors video, I'll look into streaming a little bit more. Because I've been wanting to play, I've really been wanting to play the Oblivion remake or remaster live on stream, because god damn it, that game is incredible. One of my favorite games of all time. And I've also been meaning to get back into playing through the Yakuza series. I would likely need to restart my playthrough though, because I have no idea what I'm doing in Zero. If I were to start it back up, I would have literally no clue what's going on. Also, hello, Smiley Knight, and happy Muso May to you as well. Getting into the series now, nice. It is a fun series, I will say that. I keep wanting to go back to it, I just have not given myself the chance to. So, definitely going to get back into it at some point. There's one soldier down. Switch it up. I feel like if I start to really play through all of the games, which is what I really want to do, I'm just going to end up becoming a massive fan of the series. And I don't need another series that I want to buy everything for. Because, like, it's already expensive enough to be a fan of Muso and Atelier. Like, I have 2 Ryza figures that aren't just the Sega prize figures. And they're like $250, $300 a piece. I'm not the happiest about that, but I have them. Feel like you missed out on them all those years? Same here, man. Oop, nope. Press down to activate the item. Majima is one that I feel like I would love to voice. Because he's that, like, flamboyant, not evil, but absolutely chaotic. Like, I feel like Chen Gong is another, like, example of a character I would love to voice, or Hisahide. Doing Sima-Yi in the Christmas specials for the Heroes of Chaos, that was so much fun. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this Warriors Orochi audio drama, because I voiced both Cao-Pi and Sima-Yi in other Heroes of Chaos stuff, as well as Zheng He. So, like, I'm voicing most of Wei at this point. And I'm okay with it. As long as, you know, I can do a different enough of a voice for all the characters that I am doing, and, you know, you guys enjoy it. That's the key thing, is that you guys are enjoying the voices that and the work that I do. Oblivion and Clair Obscura has me thinking about taking a day off work. Dude, just do it. It's so worth it. I did it when Origins launched for the Digital Deluxe Edition, because they got it like a couple of days early. So that's when I was allowed to start streaming, and I think I did 2 streams that day, one in the morning and one at my usual time. And my god, it was so worth it. I think I even got a massage in between the streams. I forget, but I feel like I did something in between the streams. Still farming everyone's stats until ready for deploy. Oh, jeez. Dynasty Warriors 3 is one that I also need to play through, because I've never played every story in Vanilla 3. I've played them all on 3 Extreme Legends, and I think just a couple on Vanilla 3. So that would be a nice game for me to stream, and I just signed up for a True Achievements account, so I do need to work towards those. I do like Koihisa as a character. I like his design and his weapon. It works. Yeah, streaming 3 is definitely past due. Like, I'm planning on doing some extra streams here and there throughout the month of May. Like, Monday and Thursday are going to be the dedicated days, just like usual. But hopefully I'll find some time someday this month to stream some extra stuff. And that's when I'll stream some Dynasty Warriors 3, maybe some Samurai Warriors 2, maybe? Actually, I've also been wanting to play through Arslan again, because that game is surprisingly good for something that does not have the amount of features and has clones. Like, the gameplay is still very solid in Arslan. I've also been meaning to play through Dragon Quest Heroes on PC. Because I've played through the first game on PS4. I have not finished the second one yet, but I think I got both of them for PC, which should run and look a little bit better. Do we miss Mystic Heroes? Yeah, I think it would be cool if they brought back Mystic Heroes as a Musou title and just used the character designs from Orochi. Like, Taigang Wang and Neja are already there. I forget who else. I think there's one other character that appears in both, and I can't remember who. Oh, Arslan is probably the most underappreciated of all of the Musou games. I actually have, where is he? Right here. I do have an Arslan figure. The bird broke, so like you can kind of see, if I turn the light off, you can kind of see the foot from the bird is there. I still need to glue it back together. It fell from a shelf. I have all pieces, at least. I just need to actually glue it back together at some point. So how did we do? We did not get ensure that Koihisa defeats the enemy troops, and I don't know what this is. But that's not too bad. Level 24 for both of them. Great. And we're not going to care too much about weapons and stuff. Alright, please don't autoplay. Let me do the voices.
Am I
still shaking?
Battle
has long ended.
You quake before the might of Jove, like a hen before the fox. The very fox who has laid Mimikawa so low. Despite a fool for a master, and with almost no intelligence, or time to prepare. Any other would have given up before even setting out. Yet, he has injured my brother, and now stands ready to finish us. War is a gamble. The winner will only reveal themselves at the end. But believe you have lost, and you will lose. Joan knows this.
You clearly have got great respect for him, uncle. Then I shall win his respect, or then I shall win that respect for myself by defeating him.
Talk big once you stopped shaking, boy. You couldn't even defeat the man-boy Tachibana or his wife. Pay better heed to me from now on.
I want to defeat Joan. I want to defeat the Tachibana. I will win the respect of my uncle.
All right, I was worried there for a moment when we started that last stage with no conversation. Have fun voice acting. Gonna get the last 2 weapons. All right, have fun. And same to you, have a safe weekend and enjoy unlocking those weapons. Thank you, Black Lion. So yeah, that's the voice that I'm gonna be doing for Yoshihiro. Obviously, I would be doing a lot more warming up and doing more practice before I actually record my lines. And there's a lot of stuff happening with battles, so I get a lot more gruff and loud. The practice singing heavy metal and stuff has actually paid off. So I think I have shown the chesto that I did. Let's see, can I bring that up? I can show it off one more time. For those of you that haven't heard, which one? There we go. Yoshihiro. This is True Muso, I think. Where is the True Muso?
Shasta!
That was not it. Oh no, it was in the retakes that I actually did the really good chesto. Hey, Daldal, welcome! I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's either Daldal or Daldal. I don't know. But this is what my chesto sounds like.
Chesto!
And that's my heavy metal voice coming in handy. And I throw that voice out every now and then with other things.
So let's see if I can do this narration. The Shimazu defeated the Otomo, once the most powerful clan in Kyushu, at Mimikawa. News of this victory spread throughout Kyushu like wildfire. Seeing their chance, the Shimazu pushed north to expand their realm. At this time, the Arima clan ruler of Hizen defected from the Ryuzoji clan to serve the Shimazu. Goddamn. Angered by their actions, Takanobu Ryuzoji, also known as the Bear of Hizen, set out to punish the Arima clan with heeding Harunobu Arima's request for assistance, the Shimazu advanced their army to that, where once again they found themselves at a disadvantage. Am I gonna get his rare weapon? I'll try, at some point. However, the Shimazu never lost hope. Their leader, Yoshihiro, had a cunning plan that could trap the so-called Bear of Hizen. Legend of Kyushu. Battle of Okitanawato. That is not an easy word for someone as white as me. And this time I'm gonna switch over to his helmet. Commitment. Ryuzoji's 30,000 against the Shimazu 30,000. 30,000, not 30,000.
The odds are certainly against us.
Uncle! Wish to fight too.
You know nothing of war, Whelp. You'll only get in the way.
If I get in your way, then just leave me to die. I won't dishonor the Shimazu name. Toyohisa cut off the straps of his helmet at the knot, rendering him unable to untie it. Now my helmet will stay on even if I die. The enemy will surely see my resolve too.
Let me tell you again, you can only give your life once. What about your intent to defeat Jun and the Tachibana?
Yoshihiro's stern expression broke into a smile, and he ruffled Toyohisa's hair.
We'll win this battle. Defeating impossible odds is the greatest thrill war can offer.
30,000, let's... Oh. Yep, I'm doing Yoshihiro's voice in a Warriors Orochi audio drama, so I thought it'd be fun to practice. Items, I think everything's fine. I don't really need to do much else. Actually, change the music. Can I... There's no random? God damn. I've been doing good. How have you been doing, Valentino? I don't know the exact date that the audio drama will be available, but essentially once we're done of Chapter 1, or Act 1, which will essentially be the first stage of Shu's story, that's when we're gonna start uploading, and it's gonna start with like an episode 0 that kind of goes over that like opening cutscene kind of thing with Yoshihiro, Zuotsi, and Shinsai rescuing Zhaoyun. And then episode 1 starts with them like leaving the castle. Content-wise, swamped. Work. Bro, I know exactly how you feel. I actually started a new position at work today, and it was nice. It wasn't as crazy busy as my old position was, but like it will definitely get there because like I'm still just
learning a lot. So hopefully, in the coming days, like I'll ease into it and really be able to hopefully do well. Oh no, I know I'll do well at least, but I want to be good. I want to be one of the, like, that's one thing about me and my work ethic is that I want to be one of the best. Like, I don't care if I am the best. I just want to be one of the best at what I do. But I know exactly how you feel with, like, being swamped. We have a nice little break between the last convention, which was the Atlantic Entertainment Expo in Fredericton, and our next market, which is a Family Day market in PEI. That's only for one day, and I think the next big thing is going to be the East Coast Comic Expo in Moncton, which is going to be fun. That'll be the first time I go to like a comic specific kind of convention, because usually it's anime conventions or gaming conventions that I like to go to. I literally do not know any of the guests that are going to ECCE, so that's going to save me some money in getting autographs. We still don't know who any of the guests are for AEX St. John, which is another one that we'll be going to. Hey, Worst Man, welcome. I do hope, because the guy that puts on the Atlantic Entertainment Expo, he also does PupoCon, so a lot of the guests tend to be voice actors from Final Fantasy properties. And with Origins, a lot of the what do I need to do? Lure them into the marsh. Okay. Come on, let's go. But yeah, a lot of the Final Fantasy voice actors are also in Origins now. Hey, you, come chase after me. You want a valuable asset, which is a very uncommon trait in the workforce. It's highly commendable, now that you mention. I've never been to a comic-focused convention. Sounds like a cool experience. I think it's gonna be fun. I literally don't know what to expect. Hey, Angel, welcome! Glad you could make it. It has been a long time. How have you been? But yeah, like, I'll never do something that I really dislike at a job. Like, I at least know my own boundaries and stuff. But I still, like, especially if it's something that I can get some interest or some enjoyment out of doing, I want to do well at the thing that I enjoy, right? Like, in any sort of customer service job that I've ever had, like, one of the things I've always loved doing is seeing somebody, like, walk away and be, like, so happy with the help that I gave them. Like, I remember there was this one guy came in when I worked at Mark's Work Warehouse, which is a clothing store in Canada. And he only shops for clothes once a year. That's it. He buys everything that he needs to buy for the year
in that one trip because he does not like to shop. And so I was like, cool, let me help you find everything that you're gonna need. What do you want? What are you looking for? And he was looking for like some dress pants, dress shirts, that sort of thing, so that he could be good for work, but then he also wanted like some jeans and t-shirts and stuff like that for like weekends and whatever. And he also kind of wanted to step out of his comfort zone a little bit with the colors, but still like get mostly stuff that he usually enjoys. And he was a very conservative dressing man, so mostly wore like whites, blues, blacks, that sort of thing. So I was like, hey, well, why don't you try something like a more olive-colored pair of dress pants? Because, you know, olive does go with most of the stuff that he was buying and that he usually wears. It's still dressy enough and conservative enough that it would fit into his usual attire, even any other things that he had in his wardrobe, but it was different enough that he's never worn anything like that. And so, like, I did that. We picked out a couple of ties, and one of the ties was definitely a much more vibrant color, so something, again, outside of his comfort zone, but made sure to pick out something that was, you know, something that would still go with a conservative style wardrobe. And he ended up spending like $1,000. And this was back in the day where a pair of jeans, you could get a pair of jeans for like $20, $30. And even that was like, that's like the price you would expect to buy jeans at. Now they're like $40, $50. But I helped him with a lot of that stuff, and someone else had helped him with a few other things. And he made a point to speak to the store manager, which at the time there was a policy where if anybody sold more than or bought more than $500 worth of product, like, we didn't get commission, but if somebody had helped a client or a customer get $500 worth of product, and we would get like a gift card for the store of $50, or it was $100. I can't remember. It was enough that, you know, you could get a couple of things, a couple of nice pieces of clothing. But he also like specifically spoke to the store manager about me and the other person, saying how helpful it was that, you know, he was able to step out of his comfort zone without going too far with some of the stuff that we helped pick out for him. And that was another thing that got us a gift card. So we both got like $50 or $100 each, which was really cool, because like this was pretty early on working at this store. U.S. clothing store with the dress and casual clothing. Great job for understanding people's needs. Like, I feel like that is how it should be. Like, that's one thing that I've always struggled with, is being able to say what I necessarily do good at in the moment. Like, looking back on it now, that was years ago, and I can be like, yeah, I can say that I did a good job there and went above and beyond what somebody would normally expect. But like, I remember having a leader who was like, actually, this leader is now one of my friends, and we went to college together and everything. He said, you know, you have to realize that you've never been late, like, ever. There's never been a late that you haven't let us know about ahead of time enough that we can be prepared. So, like, if
if it was traffic related, called while I was in traffic. If it was, you know, I had an appointment, I told them ahead of time kind of thing. If I forgot about the appointment and couldn't get the time off, I just wouldn't go to the appointment, obviously. But yeah, like, he was like, you gotta realize that consistency of never being late is something that most people don't get to say about their work ethic. So, you know, that's something that you can say you go above and beyond on. And I was like, yeah, but isn't that the expectation? That you show up for your shift at work and you do the job? Like that's the bare minimum. That should not be something that I go, yeah, I'm a good employee because I show up for my job when you say that I should. Going to unconsciously remember all this and eventually we'll ask you all about this on Signature. Oh my god. I am going to forget. Because I forget a lot of the stuff that I mention on stream. Because usually when I stream, that's my opportunity to completely unmask the ADHD, let the verbal diarrhea kind of just happen. So yeah, I will forget. Guaranteed. All right, Serene, thanks for coming out. Happy Muso May, and have a good night. Ooh, excuse me. The Devil Shimazu's Gamble. Number 10 to 1. And yet we won! I can't believe it!
Not shaking today, whelp.
Tell me off again, Uncle?
You'll never defeat Joan if you can't read the old orthodox like me.
So...
You did well for a Green Horde.
This has reaffirmed my awareness of the strength of the Shimazu. We never give up. We fight to the end. And that is what makes us strong.
Take it easy, boy. The Shimazu still have a way to go before Kyushu is ours. We face Joan and Tachibana too.
Joe and Tachibana. 10 times my talent. But I won't give up. I will win!
I'm gonna bet on you winning too. Looks like it'll be a big payout.
I can't remember if this is only 3 stages. Whoops. Okay, now my cursor works. Somehow have a really good memory for these sort of details. Don't know why. I've been told I should have been a detective several times. Like to think it's the ADD. Man, my memory is god-awful, and I will remember things, but they are the most useless things. Like, I was talking to a coworker the other day, and I'm telling him about, or he brought up LimeWire, which, for those of you that are too young to know what LimeWire is, it was a file-sharing thing back in the day. And that's where a lot of viruses kind of came from. And, oh, thanks, Worst Man. I'm hoping that eventually I get to a point where I can actually voice in a video game. But going back to the LimeWire story, LimeWire is where I downloaded a bunch of music. That's where I found out about a lot of bands out there and where I got really deep into the nu metal scene. But I remember downloading a bunch of music from this band called Dry Cell because their singer sounded so much like Chester Bennington, so a lot of people thought that they were Linkin Park. So all of their music was labeled Linkin Park. Anyways, when I finally found out that they were actually a band called Dry Cell, I started looking into them. I found out that they actually, I'm gonna be right back. All right. So this is my copy of Disconnected by Dry Cell. It's not the official release. I think it's like it's supposed to be like a preview or something. But it has, I think, all of the songs from Disconnected, but one of the songs is not on Disconnected. And so there's a song called Last Time, and they do like a rock version and then a reprise version, which is a little bit slower, a little bit more subdued. And the reprise version is just the regular version on that album. Yeah, edgy Y2K vibe. Actually, Dry Cell did the like theme song for this game. If anybody can remember Freak Style on PS2. This is a game that I really want to stream at some point because, like, I'm probably not going to play much of it, but it would be fun to just, like, re-experience it. Actually, the song that was in that game is on Disconnected. Slip Away. Their best song. I would love to do a cover of that. They were also, their song Body Crumbles is in Queen of the Damned. So, like, they were picked up by, I'm pretty sure it was Warner Brothers, and they were set to be the next Linkin Park. They had so many gigs lined up. They were in, like, a bunch of edgy sports games, like, alongside Papa Roach, Limp Bizkit, Korn, and all these other new metal, alt metal acts from like the early 2000s. They had tours lined up with these types of bands, and I think it was the father of the drummer found out, like, was reading their contract and found out that they would be making like next to nothing off of their album sales. And so they sued Warner Brother. They won the lawsuit, but in response, Warner Brother, because all of this happened before the album was released, Warner Brother cut all distribution for the album. So it went to no retailer. The only way that you could buy the album was at their concerts, which no one was going to. So they kind of faded into obscurity just as quickly as they got all of these great opportunities by being in these movies, video games, and touring with these other bands. The singer, his name is Jeff Goot. Seriously, go look into his story. I'm gonna try to be very quick about his story, but he's had one fucking hell of a life. So after Dry Cell broke up, he was like really struggling to do his art and like be a single father. So he went on, I think it was America's Got Talent, and he did not make it past the auditions, or the second wave of auditions. He was accepted after his first audition, but not the next one after that. And he kind of, I think he got declined off camera. Like it wasn't even shown. So he came back either the next year or the year after that, and ended up being the runner-up for the whole season. From that, he had a decent solo single where he did a cover of Hallelujah, and that cover is probably one of the best covers of Hallelujah that's out there. He also he had a band called River City Heights that didn't really go anywhere, but had a couple of good singles. Again, still not going anywhere, but getting a little bit of recognition and a little bit of money so that he could, you know, work a normal job and pay for everything for his son. But because he was on America's Got Talent and was doing all this other stuff that, like, still trying to be a successful musician, the video of his performance of Hallelujah on America's Got Talent got into the hands of a guitarist. So now Jeff Goot, who was supposed to be the next Linkin Park, like part of the next Linkin Park, he is now the lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots. Like the official lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots, one of the biggest grunge bands of the 90s. And Chester Bennington was like the singer of that band for like a little bit, but like he wasn't the singer in an official standing. But after Scott Weiland got removed from the band, Chester took his place. So like, again, like just another connection between Jeff Goot and Chester Bennington. I think that's so fucking cool. I love that. I love Dry Cell as a band. Unfortunately, none of their music is on Spotify. That is the worst aspect of this, because I think Dry Cell is one of those bands that could have been massive. If you listen to them and compare them to a lot of the other nu metal acts, especially at the time, they were doing some wild stuff. Their bassist is incredibly skilled, their drummer as well. They were doing multi-vocals, so like their bassist and Jeff were their two vocalists, and they would do like call and answer stuff. They would do harmonies. They would do a little bit of rap, but like also a lot of like very melodic stuff. They would go back and forth between like clean singing and very, very rough singing. A little bit of growling in there at some points. Like, seriously, if you can check out the album Disconnected by Dry Cell, one of the best nu metal albums ever made. But let's get back to actually playing Samurai Warriors 4, the reason why we're all here. So so sad how great bands fall into the abyss of licenses, so stupid when talent is lost. I know. Like, there are so many good bands that are out there that no one's really heard of, and that's one of the reasons why I love talking about music, looking into bands and acts that are newer or what have you, because I think it's just as important to support these acts that are next to unknown, just as much as the people that have earned that, you know, right to be one of the top, like Metallica, Linkin Park, and so on. But anyways, time for the Siege of Iwaya and Mount Tachibana castles. A fierce battle has broken out against Joan Takahashi. Demonstrate the might of the Devil Shimazu in order to conquer Kyushu. In response to the Shimazu's success against the Otomo and the Ryuzoji, many of the Kyushu minor daimyo began swearing, there remained only two forces preventing the Shimazu from ruling all of Kyushu: Joan Takahashi, the loyal Otomo retainer, and the Tachibana clan. In their effort to rule Kyushu, the Shimazu appointed Tadanaga Shimazu as supreme commander and sent him and his army to Iwaya Castle in After evacuating all the women and children to Mount Tachibana Castle, Joan remained at Iwaya Castle to engage the Shimazu army. The Shimazu, who have overcome great odds in previous battles, were fearful of the strong will of Joan and his real son, Yoshihiro Tachibana. Yeah, licenses standing in the way of games getting remakes or remasters just sucks. The fact that Scott Pilgrim got a new game or a re-release, that was wild. Oh, I like the Arslan anime more than the game. Actually, I've got almost all of the English volumes of Arslan. I'm missing volume 11. I think I've got all of the ones that have been released so far, but it is still ongoing. The manga, at least. The anime is another one that I'm, like, very surprised is still next to unheard of, because, like, the Arslan anime was actually, the voice acting was done by Funimation, but I think a lot of the production side of things were done by Warner Brothers, I think. It was one of the big companies in the West. So I was surprised that it did not do very well in the West. Because even the soundtrack of the anime, not just the video game, but the anime was done in the West. So, yeah, I thought the anime would have done way better than it did. At least in the West. At Iwaya Castle, a father and son were quietly sharing a drink. Ginchio has fallen back to Mount Tachibana Castle. Not something she could do easily. Must have been a hard battle. Takakage and the others from the Mori just arrived. With their aid, there might still be hope for victory. Face the Shimazu. This thing will not end so easily. Father. Muneshige.
After sending you to Master Gosatsu Tachibana, the right to call myself your father. Therefore, even if I'm in danger, even if I might die, remain firm. You must survive for the Tachibana. You are my father, and I listen to your orders. Then, as master of Iwaya Castle, I command you, live for Ginchu, and for a father who loves his son. Meanwhile, the Shimazu were preparing a pace to attack Iwaya Castle. Uncle, once we win this battle, Yushu will belong to the Shimazu.
Take it easy, boy. Remember who it is we face. They'll never give up, no matter the odds. Get arrogant, and they'll flip this around on us.
You're right. I won't let my guard down again. Give it my all this time. Or I'll give it my all the time. All right. I like this stage. This stage is a fun one. Samurai Warriors 4 actually has some of the best stages. Like, well, I shouldn't say some of the best stages. It definitely has like a high percentage of really good stage design. Like, I don't think there's many stages I could say are bad in this game.
Excuse me.
Also, chat, in case you didn't know, Sup Valentino Live Love TV. He did a interview of me a while back. You can check that out. I think you have it on your YouTube channel. It's definitely on your Twitch, at least. That's where we streamed it originally. But also, Smiley Knight is another YouTuber who will be a part of the Musou content happening here. That's all I'll say. I won't say too much beyond that. I did have an opening video that kind of said the same thing. Like, I'm not going to be saying too much about what's happening and what the plans are, because some of them are still in the midst of solidifying because time zones. But I've got a few streams with other content creators lined up, and then I've got some ideas for some smaller videos, some like character analysis, stage analysis kind of stuff, or just like touching on a topic that I can quickly do a video on or something. Still scripted content, but will be shorter and just easier to put out than a full review of a game. So I am looking for topics that you'd like to hear me talk about. I know what the first kind of character analysis that I'm going to do is, because it's something that I've been really enjoying about this character's representation in Origins. I think it's their best, like, it's the best version that Koei has produced of this character. Oh. Let's try to do this nice and quickly. Or is Koei-Hisa might be able to do it faster. I don't think so, Munashige. Here we go. Okay, he's not running away. That's good. God, I forgot how fun Samurai Warriors 4 is, just as a game in general. Moses. It's allergy season. That's for sure. I can also feel my lack of sleep too. So this is probably going to be a bit of a shorter stream than what I usually do, but depending on what happens tomorrow and over the weekend, I might also stream then. And that's when I'll stream some more of this, or maybe I'll start Dynasty Warriors 3, because definitely need to get more Dynasty Warriors 3 on this channel. And what I'll likely be doing is starting from scratch with Dynasty Warriors 3. So no already unlocked weapons or anything. But I'll be playing Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends. I won't just be playing vanilla. But I do look forward to that. I think that'll be a lot of fun. This last attack is probably not gonna... Nope. Not even close. There. So here's the 20th anniversary of Sengoku Basara in July 21st. Capcom didn't celebrate... maybe they'll do something, like, in July. They'll post about it, or something. Maybe? Hopefully? We need something for Sengoku Basara. Like, Koei Tecmo can't be the only Muso-style publisher, like, at all, right? Also, I did get a review code of a game that looks pretty promising if you enjoy Warriors Abyss. Usually when I have, like, random people reaching out to me, be like, hey, you want a review code of a game? Just, like, reply to this email. And, like, most of the time, I just ignore those because they do not feel, like, legit. But this one, it was like, hey, you know, I noticed that you covered Warriors Abyss, and we've got a game that is coming out May 6th, that, I think it comes out May 6th. I know the embargo lifts May 6th, and that's when I'm hoping to stream it. And if I can't stream it then, probably that Friday, maybe. But, it is a roguelike hack and slash game, and it looks good. Like, it looks real good. So, look out for that. I know it'll be the only non-Muso stream that I do. An officer going down this way.
島津の勢いはまさに8分。これを破るには大将を狙うしかありません。
We're almost done at this. I do wonder, is there going to be something else? Because I feel like the Shimazu has more of a story than just this. Jump Ultimate Star Syndrome? What do you mean? Like, wasn't Jump Ultimate Stars just not good? While Basara was good. Yeah. It's the abandonment that I... Oh, the lack of localization. Okay. Yeah, that also hurt it a lot. I do feel like Capcom just also didn't support it enough. Oh, we got a cutscene. The Shimazu have gained control of Kyushu. Uncle, we are victorious!
Not just yet.
What's that? The Toyotomi army? I'm not gonna try the laugh.
Joan, you win this time. So, Toyohisa, what will you do? Ready to give up?
I will never give up! Well, I feel like... Oh, that was the end. Okay, well, we did the... Oh, Legend of Kyushu, Battle of Yanagawa. Well, I guess there's just one more stage. We might as well do it all in one stream, right? The Legend of Kyushu, Battle of Yanagawa. Normally the bitterest of enemies, the Shimazu and the Tachibana have joined forces. Break through the siege of the Eastern Army. But yeah, I don't think it was necessarily the localization of Basara 3 that really hurt it. Because if I recall correctly, the anime actually performed better than the game. They did not advertise the game. Like, they did not support the game itself. They just released it, and I don't remember seeing much about Samurai Heroes when it released. But I remember seeing a bunch of stuff about the anime, and I think that was more Funimation promoting it than it was Capcom. So it's just Capcom being stupid. Like, they just threw the game out and they're like, why isn't it performing well? Why aren't people buying my game that I don't want to market? Yeah, that too.
It was the year 1600 when the Eastern Army led by Ieyasu and the Western Army led by Mitsunari clashed at Sekigahara in the heart of Japan. At around the same time, Muneshige Tachibana, based in Yanagawa in Kyushu, sided with the Western Army and lay siege at Otsu Castle. The castle belonged to the Omi, who had sided with the Eastern Army. Soon, the Battle of Sekigahara would draw to a close, with the Eastern Army standing victorious. As an officer of the Western Army, Ginshio Tachibana retreated to Yanagawa. Yoshihiro Shimazu, who had also sided with the Western Army, fought his way off the battlefield. After giving up his attack on Otsu, Muneshige waited in his boat for the battered forces of Yoshihiro and the other members of the Shimazu to arrive. All right. It's the end of the Shimazu story. I'm ready. Even though I'm tired. I'm ready. Ooh, we get to pick between, well, of course I'm going with Ginshio. And of course we're going with Yoshihiro. Enemies in the same boat. After the Battle of Sekigahara, Muneshige allowed the defeated Yoshihiro to share his boat as he fell back to Yanagawa.
Where did you go, boy? Leaving your little missy all alone?
Otsu Castle. I heard of the Western Army's defeat during my attack and fell back.
I see.
I'm headed for Yanagawa, which is likely surrounded by the Eastern Army. Maybe you would lend me a hand.
Very well. My life is in your hands. If you wish, boy, you can kill me here and have revenge for your father.
Muneshige looked to the space of Yoshihiro's side. He died, didn't he? That pup of a young man. Ginshio will be sad to hear it. But at least he never gave up.
You are going to kill me?
No one else needs to lose a family member today. The beauty Ginshio and the beast Yoshihiro. Exactly. After the Battle of Sekigahara, Ginshio fled to Kyushu. She rejoined with Muneshige and Yoshihiro at the main base of the Tachibana, Yanagawa Castle. I enjoyed fighting Toyohisa. He always came at me and Master Joan head on.
And always got defeated.
And got up and came at us again. Stubborn, dirty, hard-headed, like a wild puppy. He was a warrior of the Shimazu, no doubt.
Please stop that. Being polite doesn't suit you. Be proud and strong. Be the warrior that Toyohisa looked up to.
Very well. I shall put you to good use in the defense of Yanagawa. Be ready. Slack off and I'll cut you down from behind.
I would ask for no less.
Alright, I think Ginshio's all fitted out. Oh, no, she does not have Matsukaze. Maybe the last time I used her, I didn't have Matsukaze unlocked. God, the music is so good. And Ginshio is just one of the best characters. Love this moveset.
So much fun. And her design is always on point. There's never been a bad Ginchio costume. If you want to disagree with me, you better prepare for a fight. God, this is another good stage layout. They just do not miss with Samurai Warriors 4. Protect the end. Oh, okay. Yoshihiro is heading there. The faster attack speed on this is real fucking difficult to maneuver around. Ojiro. I do hope that they do more PC ports and stuff for some of the other Muso games. Like, we definitely need to see a Steam port of Dynasty Warriors 4 Hyper being one. Dynasty Warriors 5 also got a PC port that was only released in Japan. Warriors Orochi 1, Samurai Warriors 2. Warriors Orochi Z, actually, would be fantastic. Come on, Koei. You can't be like, oh, licenses are a thing, because you own the licenses. Easily, Ginchio is the proud daughter of Shimazu in another timeline. I do like their dynamic, where it's like enemies to friends, but like it's more like enemies to family. And like they treat each other like family, where like they respect each other, but they will pick on each other so hard. Like, I could literally just see Toyohisa and Ginchio, and Toyohisa's just there like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Thanks. Fuck. Stop with the dawning, man. Save the yawning for after the stream.
立花や島津は未だに己の状況を理解していないらしい。これより兵糧攻めに移り、戦場の補給路を残らず遮断せよ。守備には加藤家についてもらおう。今の兵なら敵に情けはかけぬと思う。ああ、豊臣守るために友の手を。
Actually, that would also be a neat video idea of like who has the most consistent good costumes. Like, what other characters are there where they haven't had a bad design? Like, even with Xiahou-dun, like, he's my favorite character, but he's had like one or two costumes that just didn't hit right, in my opinion, anyways. 島津と立花が共にあるのだ。簡単だろ。ああ、人の意志があるから未来は無限だ。俺たちは諦めて、どんな状況にあっても。I think Yukimura is a good example of a character that has not had a bad design. Maybe Xiao Yun as well, and that's probably just because they are the poster boys for their respective games, so Koei doesn't want to make a bad design and put it in a game, right? Especially if it's going to be on the cover. Maybe Nobunaga as well. Maybe Keiji? Like, I think his Samurai Warriors 2 design is his worst. And that's not too bad. Who else would be? I personally do not like Lubu's Dynasty Warriors 7 design, so I wouldn't put Lubu on that list. Like, I like it as a costume, but I don't think it's a good Lubu costume. Much like Star Fox Adventures is a good game, not a good Star Fox game. Or Metroid Other M. Good Mega Man game, not a good Metroid game. I think this is the best way to finish this. Oh, that's not the end. Oh, no, I see. There's another guy. Inchio's headed there. How curious that Xiahou-dun and Date Masamune have the same suit colors and the same voice actor, and both have an eye patch. Oh, Muso, Xiahou-dun, and Basara Masamune. Yeah, that is very interesting. Also, that voice actor does Zoro in, oh my god, One Piece. I don't know why
that took so long to come to my head.
さて俺たちが攻めに専念できるように本陣が守備する天狗を呼ぶ。
Oh, am I gonna... Did I miss a mission? Also, I just realized Zoro loses an eye. Is that voice actor just meant to voice one-eyed characters? Fulfilling a promise. After the battle, Kiyomasa Kato's desperate persuasion led to the abandonment of Yanagawa Castle.
おそらく立花家は改易だ。
I'm guessing the Tachibana will be stripped of their land and titles. What will you do now?
しばらくは浪人と
I'll
して
live
暮らす。
without a master for a
自
while,
由気ままに生きていく。
free doing as I please.
お前なら竹から引
I
く手
can
あ
think
ま
of
た
a
だと
few
思う
people
が、
who'd be happy to have joined you.
俺は諦めてはいない。
I'm
い
not
つか
giving
立
up.
花家を復活させ
I'll
てみせ
revive
る
the
さ。
Tachibana one day. I
お
had no
前
idea you
そ
were
ん
so
なに熱い
passionate.
男だったか。
My
立花
father
の
told
た
me
め
to
に生きろ
live
と
for the
父の遺
Tachibana.
言があるんでね。
Don't
お前も
you
諦め
give
ろ。
up on what you want to
守り
protect
たい
either.
もの。もちろんだ。
I don't intend to.
二人とも何をこそこそ話し
What
て
are
い
you
る
two talking about over here?
そうだ。もう
Come
一
to
つの
think
遺
of
言も
it, my
ちゃんと
father
守
told
らな
me
い
to
と
do
な。
something else too. Muneshige Tachibana took Ginshio's hand and started to walk. Hey,
おい
what's
いきなり
brought this
何
on?
行こうか。
Let's strike
俺た
out
ちの
into
前に
the
広がる
infinite world
無限
that
の未
lies
来。
before us. They are an adorable couple. Pride and joy. After the Battle of Yanagawa, Yoshihiro prepared for an attack by the Tokugawa army and poured his all into negotiating a peace.
家康様の名
Here
代
in,
として
in the name of Lord Ieyasu,
これは
Well,
は
well.
はるばる九州まで痛み
All the way to distant Kyushu.
家康殿は
Honored.
なんと
And what's the word from Master Ieyasu?
関ヶ原で西軍に加
you
担し
joined the Western
柳川
army
で
at
東軍を
Sekigahara,
撃退
defeated the
さらに国
Western
境を
army
固
at
めている島津
Yanagawa,
の姿勢に
and have been strengthening your borders. He's quite angry.
ならば
So
宣
you're
戦
here to
布
declare
告に参
war?
られたか
Takatora handed over a wooden box to Yoshihiro. Inside was Toyohisa's helmet, covered in dirt.
だが
Well,
家康様は
Lord
関ヶ原で
Ieyasu
の
has
島津
also
の武
been
勇を称
impressed
えら
by
れ
the
た
bravery of the
福
Shimazu
島
at
正則など
Sekigahara.
も島津除名の嘆
Masanori
願をして
Fukushima and others have spoken up for your life.
俺は
I
死
didn't
んで
think
得る
death
もの
could
など何
achieve
もないと思
anything.
っていた生き
I
てい
believed
て
that
こそ
remaining alive was
大事
vital
をな
to
す
any
ことが
form
で
of
きる
achievement.
だが
See now that you
死
can
んで
remain
人の
in
心に
people's
残る
hearts
ものもあるのだ
even after death. After a moment of silence, Takatora looked Yoshihiro in the eye.
家康様の命を
I
伝
shall
える
impart Lord Ieyasu's
島津
orders.
は
The Shimazu shall be allowed to rule the territories that are theirs by right.
せがれよ
My boy,
島津は勝ったぞ
sorry for the Shimazu.
That is fucking brutal. Damn, what a way to go out. And what a way to finish off today's stream. That was fun playing through that. I might actually play a little bit more Samurai Warriors 4 before heading off to bed, because now I've got the itch. But thank you so much for joining me today. I honestly thought that was going to go a little bit longer. I thought there was going to be like 2 live streams with this, but what do you guys want to see next? Let me know in the comments, and if you're watching this after the fact, let me know there. I'm probably going to put out a community post to be like, hey, what do you guys want to see streamed throughout Musou. But with that being said, don't forget the conversation doesn't have to end here. There is also a link to a Discord server in the description of this stream, as well as every other stream and video that's out there. We talk about a lot of things, but there's also going to be a specific channel to talk about everything that's going on in Musou, whether it's on my channel or other people's channels, or even just like if somebody's planning to play through a game and unlock weapons or play through the story or something, you can just chat about your experiences there playing any Musou game. Share your fan art, share everything that's related to Musou in that channel. Also, ping me if you're going to be posting stuff about or for Musou so I can share it as well. And yeah, follow me on all my social medias and all that fun stuff. Thank you, everybody, for all the hearts. And I will see you all in the next stream.